What's up YouTube? Anything Billy here. On today's video, we're going to be putting front brakes and rotors on a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So let's get started. So like always, the first thing you want to do before you start a brake job is you want to make sure you've got the brake reservoir cap off and put a rag over it just to cap any excess fluid that comes up. That way the air has a easier way to escape when you push in the pistons. Well, I hope this video records. My camera's being a little funny today, but tools you'll need for this job. You'll need a 21mm socket to take the caliper brackets off. My last video on taking the caliper bolts out, here's the cut of that video. Now for the front, you need 11mm, but I've called everywhere and done everything and cannot find one. So I called and talked to other place, and they said if you could use a 10mm, it would be real easy, so you don't strip it, it'll work. So off camera, I done that. I took the 10mm and went ahead and broke them loose. So today I have the 11mm X head that you'll need to take the bracket, to take the caliper bolts out. You'll need a pair of pliers, a straight screwdriver, and no job is complete without a hammer. So like the other Jeep I done, it's got this spring right here which is a pain in the butt to take off. So we'll get that spring off and start taking the brakes off. And I do apologize for the noise in the background, but it's kind of humid today and I gotta have my fan going. So probably won't be much talking. Straightforward brake job, take everything apart, put brakes on. Oh yeah, and I've already cleaned the rotors off camera. It just makes the video flow smoother when I take and do that. That way I don't have to stop and clean it. So here we go. I don't talk much, it's just because I'm trying to get this done, and run into a problem, I'll stop and address it. Always a pain in the butt. Oh, that'll work. Just grab them and yank it. See, unlike the last thing, I've got new ones to put on. So if I would have broke these, it'd been okay. The good thing about this 11 is it is a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. So, make sure when you're taking this off, you watch out for all the lines and stuff. Speed sensor lines, the ABS lines, all that stuff is here. And when you got the right tool, it comes off so much easier. Barely hit, and there we go. pads are wearing funny because you got the rotors are wavy. That's why he wanted to change them all out. Hang on, I forgot one important tool. I forgot the caliper compression tool. Now, as you can see, these are 2 pistons. No, you can't. Yeah, you can see. These are dual pistons. That's what this thing's made for. So you stick it in the middle like that. So what you want to do is you want to leave this brake pad on there. That way, you got something level to switch to both of them at the same time. These normally go in a little bit. A little bit more effort than the single pistons, but that's because you're pushing 2 at one time. Still go slow like normal. Looks like that's about it. Release. Yep, these have got those, instead of 1 for 1 piston, it's got 2 claws for 2 pistons. So next will be taking these 21mm out. Normally 21mm don't come with any sets that I bought, so you'll have to buy that separate. That'll sit right there on that shield. You don't have to really keep that off. Alright, so after some research, come to find out, this has a, right here on the front, this thing has a, looks like a round rubber band. It's got this round rubber, if you can see this one. But it's got this round rubber band. There we go. It's got this round rubber band that's holding the rotor on. And I didn't get one with the brakes nor the rotor, so we're calling the parts store and see if that's something that I can get extra. And after you take that off, it slides right off, no problem. Pretty sure this one here looks pretty good. I'm going to reuse it. See if I can get stuff back on there. Stick it back on here. I think it'll work. Yeah. Stick it back on there. That looks good. It'll work. Well, after doing some further research, that rubber band type thing really is not necessary because they just put it on there on the factory to keep it from falling off down the assembly line, but I'm going to stick it back on there because it ain't broke. It'll help hold it so I can put everything back together. So now that the rotors are back on there, I can take it and put it back together. bottom. So be careful with these wires. That's the bad part. Oh, yeah. Before I started the video, I went ahead and took these little caps off of the back. I was going to stick them back on there. I just had to get the right side. I knew it was an 11, but I just want to make sure we got that in there. Now we can take. See if I can turn this. Yeah. Yep, now y'all can see me put this spring back on here. Remember that hook's got to go in there. Turn it so it'll push in place, start coming off. There we go, there's the top. There we go. That's popped into place. Alright. There's the passenger side. Let's move on over and do the driver's side. Alright, so we're over here on the driver's side. And on this one, where the inside of the caliper, or the inside of the rotor was wavy, the outside of this one is, and these brakes are notorious different in sizes. So, at the other side, take these little plastic caps off as they go flying around in the floor somewhere. There it is. Those just keep the water and road debris out of the X-head, bits there, and we'll start taking it apart. This front pad's a little thinner than the back pad because of these waves. That's what I told the customer. Now that I know how to take this off. So in one of the videos I seen a guy use one of these, and he seemed like he had a pretty good, it come out pretty easy for him. We'll see what it does. What do you know? Come on. How much that? You just gotta have something sharp, a point that you can get back there and kind of roll that off with it. There we go. Right off of there. Now leave that there and there. Oh, that should just. I have to get the. Oh, we gotta take the bracket off first. Duh. Get ahead of myself. Always before you start, always get every bolt started before you go to tighten them down. That way, just in case you have to wiggle your piece, you can. Otherwise, if you got one tight and the other loose, you won't be able to move it. Then we're tight. Get to put the rubber, these plastic caps back over the rubber pieces. Now let's get this spring put back on here. Hammer. Screwdriver. That's in there. That's in there. Go. In place. There we go. If I can turn this back around, if I can get it started. Alright. When you put these lug nuts on there, I've never said this, but always put them on there with your hands. Don't put them on there with, don't put them on there with your air gun, your impact. Always start them with your fingers. At least give them about a good 4 or 5 turns. That way you don't strip the studs. It's a pain in the butt to strip the studs on one of these, or any of them actually. Just go to the other side. The last thing you want to do for a test drive is make sure the brake cap's back on there, make sure it's full of fluid. Welcome back, everybody, to another test drive. Alright, so after you take and get washed up, hop in the car, tap on the brakes, pump them up, make sure you got a good pedal before you take off. Like in the past, I hate for you to take off and not have any brakes when you're backing out of the garage. Alright, once you got a firm pedal, let's start her up. Make sure the parking brake's off if you've done the front brakes like we did today. Put it in reverse and let's head out. As you back it out of the garage, just check the brakes. Make sure you do have a pedal before you get out on the highway. There we go. Nice. Alright. Well, while we're on this test drive, we're going to feel if we, just like earlier, as you can see, I kind of felt like it was, something was getting hung up. But it seems to be taking off just fine, so we'll take it down the road, then we'll bring it back and see if we feel any, we'll feel the rotors or the wheels and see if there's one hotter than the other one. See if we continue to get that little squeaking noise that we're getting, or humming noise or whatever that is. Didn't do it that time. And it doesn't feel like that it's resisting going down the road. Because normally if one was sticking, you'd go down the road and it would start slowing the car down tremendously. Well, so far it's not slowing the car down, it's still accelerating. And I torqued all the wheels on it because it was a pain. Make sure everything was tight. Don't feel any vibration. Pedal feels good. Don't feel any vibration in the steering wheel. All that's good. I will definitely check it out when we get back to the shop, just to make sure that there's nothing sticking. I hate that to happen. So far, I don't feel any pulsations in the pedal. It's not wanting to pull one way to the other. The road's kind of off, but I don't feel any vibrations. When I get back to the shop, we'll go back there in the back. We'll go in the back parking. We'll go back there in the back parking lot back there and see if I can get it to do it again, because it's done it twice. I don't know why. Yeah, they're still working on the road. But I mean, so far it don't seem like I don't see anything to be concerned about. Back here and see if I can duplicate what I heard earlier. But as of right now, I don't really feel anything. Well, after coming along to the conclusion, that noise I hear is not the brakes, because I just heard it and I'm sitting still in the car. So I have no idea what that is, so it's not the brakes. The brakes check out good and everything. So I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more brake jobs, please subscribe to the channel. So until next time.